Hey guys, it's Stefan from the Hypermanic Entrepreneur. Today I want to talk about the importance of documentation in business. So what I mean by documentation is basically that what you're doing in business, whether that be in as an entrepreneur in your own fully own personal business or in a 9 to 5 job, there are always processes, there are always work tasks that you need to fulfill. There's a certain method to the madness, so to speak, where you follow certain steps for what you do in order to make progress, in order to achieve results, in order to create value for the business. And the better you have documented the exact steps and how you perform that tasks, the easier it is to review that and to and to have a more clear vision for, okay, how is this step actually done, is it, so that you don't just have it in your memory for how to do it, but you actually have it written down and establish that, okay, this is how this is done, and then you can review it, and then you can see, okay, maybe some of these steps can be done in a better way and a more efficient way that can create value, create more value for less time spent on it, or that there can be added steps to the process which can add value to the business. And I think the way there are many ways that you can perform this documentation. Uh, Part of the reason why I want to talk about this is because I recently read the business playbook, how to document and delegate what you do, so that so your company can grow beyond you. I really, really highly recommend this one. Like, whether you are building your own business or if you're in a 9 to 5, this is really, really good, and recommend highly checking it out. And it's I found it really interesting, partly because I've worked a lot on documentation myself in my 9 to 5 job, both with writing procedural documents, like basically documents writing the steps for how to fulfill various reporting and controlling processes and so on, and as well as I've also started making videos, actually showcasing how the process is to be done, start to finish, and this has been especially useful in onboarding processes, so that when there is a new employee on the team, they can review the video, uh, review the videos for how these processes are to be done. They can go back to the videos and documents to see, okay, what were the steps again. Okay, it takes some practice in order for it to fully grow into your muscle memory, for it to become natural for you to do it without thinking, so to speak, or for it to become a part of your system to do it in to do it in a proper way. And I just find it really, what is so effective about documentation, and what a lot of business people, both leaders and employees, generally ignore, I think, is that documentation is so important because it makes your knowledge about the business more a part of the business itself. It's not that when you are employed or working at in a business that the your knowledge and your understanding of the context and the processes of how things are to be done is just in your head. Because if it's just in your head, it's not really a part of the business. It's not very scalable. It's not something that you can it's easy to delegate to other people who don't have the same understanding of the context and the situation. And okay, what if you get fired? What if you resign? Okay, then you take your knowledge with you. It's very limited, especially if you're doing a lot of things. It's very limited uh, how fast you can transfer all of your knowledge that you may have built on or built up for years maybe in the business, and to transfer all of that and all of that understanding of how the business works. So documenting exactly the steps of each process of what you do. For instance, okay, when you write, okay, one report, for instance, okay, if this report is to be written monthly, okay, that is useful to have documentation for, because you're basically doing the same kind of process every month, but then you can actually document it. Okay, you have it written down in steps. Okay, this is how this is done, and showcasing a video of this is how this is done from start to finish. And then when other people review that, they can kind of have a third party uh, third party review of that in a sense, and they can say bring their own perspective and thoughts, like okay, but what about step two? This can be done in a more efficient way maybe. And okay, what about some of these steps? Why don't we automate these like with these and these tools and so on? And yeah, it just opens up for a lot more uh, improvement potential when you clearly showcase how the process is to be done. And it makes it easier to standardize and set in stone more of, okay, how is this process done. And it's not that when you document it, it means that this is how this process is to be done forever. Actually, the opposite is the case. The opposite is the case, because it just shows how the process is now, and as a picture of the current situation, and makes it easier to figure out what things in this process can actually be done better and more efficient, and uh, allow more room, more time to expand, to add on more processes and perform more value with less time spent. And this has a lot of great opportunities, I think, in a lot of business settings. So yeah, that's what I want to say for today. Be sure to pick up this book, The Business Playbook by Chris Roncio, and let me know in the comments what you all think. Maybe if you have some experiences yourself with documentation in business processes and so on, or whether this inspired you to try it out, maybe. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you all later. Have a great week ahead.